Joseph Strauss. Author Celso Mackenzie. Franz Joseph Strauss, German, Franz Joseph Strauss, IPA, left square bracket F Franz Joseph Strauss right square bracket, September 6, 1915 October 3, 1988, was a German politician, CSU, and longtime Minister President of the state of Bavaria. Press reports called him the strongman of Europe. Born in Munich, as the second child of a butcher, Strauss studied German letters, history and economics at the University of Munich from 1935 to 1939. On November 1, 1937 he became a member of the NSDStB, Nationalsozialistische Deutsche Studentenbund, National Socialist German Students' League. In World War II, he served in the German Wehrmacht on the Western and Eastern Fronts. While on furlough, he passed the German state exams to become a teacher. After suffering from severe frostbite on the Eastern Front at the end of 1942, he served as an Offizier für Führung, political officer at the Anti-Aircraft Artillery School in Altenstadt, near Skongau. He held the rank of Oberleutnant at the end of the war. In 1945 he served as translator for the United States Army and especially for Ernest F. Hauser, who was first lieutenant in CIC military intelligence left square bracket 1 right square bracket. He called himself Franz Strauss until soon after the war when he starts using his middle name as well. Left square bracket 2 right square bracket Strauss married Marianne Zwicknagel in 1957. They had 3 children, Max Joseph, Franz Georg, and Monika, who became a Bavarian minister and member of the Bavarian parliament. After the war, he was appointed deputy Landrat, county president, of Skongau by the American occupiers and was involved in founding the local party organization of the Christian Social Union of Bavaria, CSU. He became a member of the first Bundestag, federal parliament, in 1949 and, in 1953, Federal Minister for Special Affairs in the second cabinet of Chancellor Konrad Adenauer, in 1955 Federal Minister of Nuclear Energy, and in 1956 Defense Minister, charged with the build-up of the new Bundeswehr, the youngest man to hold this office at the time. He became chairman of the CSU in 1961. Former Lockheed lobbyist Ernest Hauser told Senate investigators that Minister of Defense Strauss and his party had received at least $10 million for West Germany's purchase of 900 F-104G starfighters in 1961, which later became part of the Lockheed bribery scandals. The party and its leader denied the allegations, and Strauss filed a slander suit against Hauser. As the allegations were not corroborated, the issue was dropped. Strauss was forced to step down as defense minister in 1962 in the wake of the Spiegel scandal. Rudolf Augstein, owner and editor-in-chief of the influential Der Spiegel magazine, had been arrested on Strauss' request and was held for 103 days. Strauss was forced to admit that he had lied to the parliament and was forced to resign, complaining that he was treated like a Jew who had dared appear at an Stadt Party convention. Strauss was appointed Minister of the Treasury again in 1966, in the cabinet of Kurt Georg Kiesinger, in cooperation with the SPD Minister for Economy, Karl Schiller. He developed a groundbreaking economic stability policy. The two ministers, quite unlike in physical appearance and political background, were popularly dubbed Lisk und Plum, after 2 dogs in a 19th century cartoon by Wilhelm Busch. After the SPD was able to form a government without the Conservatives, In 1969, Strauss became one of the most vocal critics of Willy Brandt's Ostpolitik. On a journey to China in 1975, where he was received by Mao Zedong, Strauss became a political sensation. After Helmut Kohl's first run for Chancellor in 1976 failed, Strauss cancelled the alliance between the CDU and CSU parties in the Bundestag, a decision which he only took back months later when the CDU threatened to extend their party to Bavaria, where the CSU holds a political monopoly for the Conservatives. In the 1980 federal election, the CDU/CSU opted to put forward Strauss as their candidate for Chancellor. Strauss had continued to be critical of Kohl's leadership, so providing Strauss a shot at the chancellery may have been seen as an endorsement of either Strauss' policies or style, or both, over Kohl's. But many, if not most, observers at the time believed that the CDU had concluded that Helmut Schmidt's SPD was likely unbeatable in 1980, and felt that they had nothing to lose in running Strauss. Schmidt's easy win was seen by Kohl's supporters as a vindication of their man, and though the rivalry between Kohl and Strauss persisted for years, once the CDU/CSU was able to take power in 1982, Kohl was again their leader, where he remained until well after Strauss's death. Strauss was the author of a book called The Grand Design, in which he set forth his views of the way in which the future unification of Europe should be decided. Ever since the infamous Der Spiegel affair of the 60s, he had also become the target of the broadcasting and publishing media blitz that Herbert W. Armstrong unleashed upon Europe through the daily offshore pirate radio station broadcasts by his son Garner Ted Armstrong, his magazine called The Plain Truth, and his Ambassador College campus at Brookett Wood in Hertfordshire, England. Strauss was portrayed as being the coming Führer who would lead a United States of Europe into a prophetic and victorious future World War III against the USA and UK at some time between 1972 and 1975. In 1971, Strauss played along with the prophetic interest shown in him as Herbert W. Armstrong recalled in a 1983 letter. I entertained him at dinner in my home in Pasadena, and he spoke to the faculty and students of Ambassador College. I have maintained contact with him. Left square bracket to right square bracket. Strauss also appeared in an interview on the World Tomorrow television program.